What is up, everybody? We got a unique video here because this is the first time since Battle for Azeroth that we're talking about PvE gear and PvP. But hold your horses, don't get scared. I know half y'all are just bitches and lazy and they don't want to do nothing but queue arena, but this is fun, and in my personal opinion, I love when there's stuff like this, man, because it gives me a reason to log in the game every day besides spam arena, because the shit gets stale sometimes. So there are actually quite a few pieces if you're in the dark from the AWC. I knew some of it before, but I learned even more from the AWC watching what some of the gear the players were using, and what PvE gear is actually good in PvP, and possibly, no, it is better than the actual PvP gear. I'm going to show you guys really quick how to get it all, what's going on, just so you're in the loop, and it's not that difficult to do. All right, so here we go. There are basically in the Awaken system. The Awaken raid system in season 4 for raiding is that they rotate every week a different raid, and from that raid they have they buff the bosses so that they're up to date. Okay, basically the loot is relevant. All right, and they also added this cool system for PvEers to get their best in slot from their specific raid in case they miss a week or something like that. They're called these bronze bullions. How you get these bronze bullions is super easy because it does not matter the raid difficulty. What you're going to do is you're going to go into Dungeon Raid Finder, and then you're going to click this, look which raid is awakened that week. You do one. I did one boss, which took 5 minutes. I got 2. I didn't start the first week, so there is catch up. So every week you will get an additional 1. And I don't know if this is true, but this upcoming week or any dungeon weekly, so the PvE weekly is a dungeon one, and you do 4 dungeons, allegedly you're going to get another 2 bullions, so look out for that too if that is true. But regardless, all you have to do is do LFR 1 boss. Some people said they had to do a couple more than that. I don't know for sure, but you get these bullions. Okay, with these bullions there is some PvE gear that is actually relevant. First off, the first thing you want to look for is the awakened item level or upgrade level. Okay, you see how on the top left here it says out of 12. If it goes to 12, it goes to 528, which is the same as PvP. So if there is a piece here that is better stats that you can get in PvP, it is worth going for. Okay, if you are able to get the crest, as I'll explain in a minute. If it says 14, like there actually are a couple 14 pieces, like right here is a 14 piece, that goes to 535. So that goes higher than PvP gear. And if you guys saw the AWC, pretty much everybody was running this ring. Crap, where's the ring? Here. Seal of File, whatever duty. It's a crazy mastery haste ring. Has a ton of mastery on it. It has this fire absorb shield that is nerfed, but it is something. And these do not count as embellishments whenever there's an equipped effect on any of these items, okay? But this one goes up to 14, so this was a 535 item for them. So they were actually getting more item level and getting better stats from a PvE piece of gear, and it's not that hard to get, okay? You can do this. The hardest part of it is the crest, okay? So that's how you get the piece. How do you upgrade it if you're a PvPer this entire time and you haven't touched PvE and you have no idea what these crests are? Okay, there are 4 different types of crests. I just googled it. Look at it, came up right away. So when you are you will get these 4 different levels of crest. To rank them up, you need to first, you're going to need 45, I believe 45 drakes, 45 worms, and 60 aspects, maybe 45 aspects. I don't know the exact amount. But as you go to the upgrade vendor, you'll see what they need to upgrade each one. The upgrade person, just like, let me go, I can go. Actually, no, I don't want to fly over there. Okay, if you are under 1400, you're going to get whelping. If you are 14 or between 1000 and 1400, I don't know if you get it at 0, but between 1400 and 1800, you're going to get Drake crests. Okay, that's these ones over here. If you're 18 to 21, you're going to get the worm crests. All right, and if you're 21 plus, you're going to get the aspect crest. Okay, from solo shuffle, you get 3 per win. From 2s and 3s, you get 1 per win. I don't know about RBGs, even if you get them or not. I imagine you do, but I don't know how many you get. That's actually a good thing I need to look into. Anyway, you're going to use these crests to upgrade, okay? That's all you got to do. All right, so you get the crest from PvP, but let me tell you, it is way faster to PvE. So for me, personally, what I'm doing is for the Drakes, I just did Mythic Zeros. Mythic Zeros are freaking easy. I know people don't like doing them, but get a geared group, especially every week that they're going to get easier and easier. You spam some of these, you get 10 per dungeon. Then after that, you can do worm ones. A worm crust. So I did +2s for these. I'm still kind of working on them. I'm trying to just stack some more up for the next piece of gear I'm gonna get. So you could do +2s for these, and then the awakened ones. This I'm probably not gonna be getting to on keys, because if you guys don't know, they basically -10 or add 10 to last season, and that's what the current key system is now. So like a +2 is like an old +12. So +6s are not easy right now by any means, especially if you don't have the gear. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm just PvPing for these. So I've been queuing solo shuffle in 2s, and I've just been getting a ton of them. So even if you can't get to those awakened ratings, this piece right here is maxed out before the aspects. So you can get as high as 515, which as long as the item has an effect like this, it's still worth it. Okay, so this is the Seal of Diarma's Chosen. All right, well, the last thing I want to add, so that is how the system works. Okay, so now you understand. Now let me just show you a couple items. All right, so this is what I'm doing, and this is, if this all works out in my favor, this is going to be kind of sick. All right, so the first item you need to know is Seal of Diarma's Chosen. So I don't know which vendor it is on. You can look through and find it yourself. But this item here, dealing fire damage, gives a chance to burn your enemies, okay? It does good freaking damn. I mean, this is a PvE, this is a dungeon I did, but it's been doing probably roughly around the same percentage. Only get this if your class deals fire damage, okay? So we have Disc Priestess, Purge of the Wicked. You have Ellie Shamans, Fire Mages, Destrolocks, Demon Hunters. I don't know, anything else you can think of that has fire damage, you can use it for. Okay, no, boomies wouldn't work. But anyway, if you have anything that deals fire damage, this is a free damage bonus, and it has a crap ton of verse on it as well. The crit's kind of but you get a ton of verse, and this damage is really nice. It's an extra, but if you're a DPS, it's probably more like 3 to 5%, but if you're a healer, it could be more like 5 to 10, depending on the proc rate of it all. Okay, the next piece is the piece I talked about already before, the ring, the Seal of the duty ring. This piece is, like I said, it upgrades way higher, so you want to go for this. The shield is irrelevant. It's like a 90% nerf from PvP, but it's better than nothing, right? It doesn't count as an embellishment. Might as well get it. Okay, the other piece here that I'm going to be going for is going to be next, is called the Vakash, the mace. Okay, so this mace, the reason I'm getting this mace, so one, it's Mastery Haste, which is great. Those are good stats for Disc Priest in general. But it also procs Shadow Flame damage. And do you know what procs Shadow Flame damage procs? The fire damage. Okay, do you know what else procs this damage? The Shadow Flame embellishment. Do you know what else procs this? Shadow Flame Wreath weapon enchant. Okay, just so you know, all this stuff kind of pumps together here. The Shadow Flame Wreath is pretty freaking garbage. I actually swapped it off of it because even though it was proccing it, the Shadow Flame Wreath damage is so abysmally nerfed. But the rolling Shadow Flame from this actually isn't that bad damage, so I just kept this one for now. It's obviously, this is not like the go-to if you're trying to push rating and everything, but it's just what I've been playing. But yes, and I think that's about it on like the special items. You can kind of look through. There are some weapons like haste, a heavy haste mastery weapon with an on use on the staff thing. I'm sure pretty much most of these things are nerfed in PvP, but the effects are not embellishments, so you're not really losing out on much, so it's sometimes worth just to go for. There's also this neck piece as well. Dealing fire damage grants you a shield, so you could also do this as well. This shield's going to be nerfed as well, but just things to look out for. So you have all these items here that you can kind of use at your disposal, so I would look through them, see what works out for you. So you got your Bullions from your LFR, your Crests are going to be from PvP. If you can manage the Mythic Plus, it's going to be way faster, but you can do it from PvP alone. And that's about it. If you guys have any questions, let me know down below, and have a great rest of your day. Peace out.